Hey everyone, hello here. I'm Joe, and I'm here to talk about the Uma Musume movie context, all the context you will need before you watch the Uma Musume Horse Girl movie at beginning of a new era. And it's the greatest movie that's probably ever made. And it's coming to the West next week, February 27th in most places, 26th in select few lucky places, but 27th pretty much for most places. And I'm here to just explain any context you need to enjoy the movie and have fun with it and not think too much about it and give you some like cool facts so that you can maybe notice some more details on the first time watching of the movie. And on the right here we have Godzilla versus King Kong, the movie collabing with Uma Musume beginning of a new era. I'm pretty sure in the Japan when the movie came out in 2024 summer, these two movies came out around the same time and they have a collab poster. And it goes very hard. And of course, the Umas are running in the front because it's the better movie. But big news! I just saw this afternoon, like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Charlottesville, Violet Crown, the goated theater, they are actually showing the Uma Musume movie and not Regal Crown, which is kind of surprising for Charlottesville, where Regal Crown usually shows a bunch of the niche anime movies that comes out for maybe like one day. And Uma Musume, they're showing not for one day, not for 2 days, not for 3 days, but 6 or 7 days, but particularly 7 days. They're showing it from February 7th to March 4th, and they have three showing times each day for all the days of airing. So it's a very good deal if you're in Charlottesville. Or not good deal, just good opportunity to see it multiple times. But anyways, the main thing about this presentation is explaining horse girls, and particularly understanding Japanese racehorse career related to Uma Musume, of course, or the scope of Uma Musume. Well, the obvious thing is that Uma Musume, they're all girls, but the horses in real life, they're not all girls. Okay, first, the problem. They debut at, okay, the problem is just the title from the template. But anyways, they debut races at 2 or 3 years old, but they live for like 25 to 30 years. So I guess, I mean, they know how to walk since birth, ever since birth, usually. And I guess they really make up for it. I mean, they're at their primes since like 2 or 3 years old, and they race for usually around 3 years because they sadly break their bodies too much when running, and the horses literally run too hard, and their bones literally crack and result in permanent muscle damage and bone damage, and that just results in them not being able to race much longer than that, and it's pretty sad to think about. And this is, yeah, a horse expert on Letterboxd, Horse Lover 12345. They watched the Uma Musume movie beginning of a new era back in November, and they said, I really appreciate that the anime girls are vessels for real life horses, and I'm glad there are such clear parallels to each other. Unfortunately, no actual horse shapes were shown, but despite that, this is undeniably a movie about horse racing, and I love horses. Afterwards, I get to watch the actual races on YouTube and look at the real horses, and I like to do that. Even though racing is so injurious, it is horses. Indeed, it is injurious. That is the underlying phrase. And they only gave it a 3 stars when this parody account usually they give based on how much horses appeared in it. But I mean, Uma Musume, I guess they're not really horses. Arguably speaking, they're like also humans. So 3 stars seem still a little low. It probably should be at least 4 stars if we're judging off just how much horses are in the movie. But I digress. And I raised a concern here. You can see me. Horse girls are not horses? Question mark. And then I got bullied, and Doo Doo Dave said, "Pretty sure horse lover 12345 knows more about horses than you, Joe." And that's just me. That's me. But anyways, I digress. Here's a brief timeline of horses in real life. You probably, I mean, if you're looking at this presentation that I'm doing, you probably already heard quite a bit about Uma Musume and what horses or horse Uma Musume is all about. So I assume you'd be kind of well versed at least on some of the Uma Musume that is in this picture here. So I just wanted to share with you how Yeah, the Uma Musume anime universe is not exactly corresponding to the real life horses, uh, or the order of real life horses being who raced. So at the very beginning, one of the oldest horses that's in Uma Musume universe that people know is Sambali Rudolph, a Triple Crown winner. We'll talk about that later. And secondly, the major horses that come up are Cinderella Gray, Women's May Cinderella Gray, a TV show series, and also manga series first. Uh, and it goes over Okuri Cap and Hamamu Cross, Super Creek, and most recently Inario One's story. And that is happening 1988 to 1990. And as I said, most horses race for only 3 years, so most of these are divided into 3 or 4 years, depending on which horses were that's in the parentheses. And next is Uma Musume season two. Actually, season two happens before season one in the timeline, which is kind of weird. But like, the Uma Musume main TV show series, they're not very. They're pretty nonsensical, and although they abide by the race results of real life, it's pretty chill and pretty lighthearted. And this one goes over Tokai Teo, Major McQueen, Nice Nature, and Mambo Manticone Tenhauser. They're all 1991, 1994, and 1997, 1999. Our special week, Silent Suzuka and TM Opera O. TM Opera O starts around 1999 and continues into our movie, Uma Musume Beginning of a New Era, which is 2000 to 2001. And some other notable mentions are Daiwa Scarlet and Vodka. They're 2006 to 2009. They have a fierce rivalry then. And in the game, particularly in the game 2011 to 12, there's Orfevre and Gento Dona, who are both very accomplished horses. And Goat Ship also races at that time, everyone's fan favorite. And Goat Ship races for a particularly long time, I think, 4 to 5 years, which is much longer than other horses. And 2014 to 2018, Uma Musume Season 3, Kita-san Black, and Satono Diamond. Everyone loves those. And, I mean, her name is Pretty Derby, by the way, not Special Week. Uh, yeah, Tears of Racing. Something that's the anime doesn't explain very well and doesn't really matter too much, I guess, but something that helps with the stakes of the races, understanding the stakes of the races, is that there are different tiers of racing set by the JRA, which is the Japanese Racing Association. Uh, and they're split into G1, G2, G3, or debut, or just pretty much unranked. Debut are like basically the first races, first two or three, four races that a horse does before they go on to graded races. And GR are the only ones that are major wins, and G2 and G3 are rather minor and not as competitive. But G1, like if you do G1, like almost all the horses are always super stacked, even if the anime doesn't make it look seem so. And here are all the G1 races. If you played the game, you're definitely very familiar with all the G1 races. You realize there's no races in January because that's when kind of the breeding season happens and or horses give birth, and that's why there's no races in January. Also, December is that's January is also when most of the horses are born. So I was looking up like, oh, is there a horse that has the same birthday as me? No, they are all born in the first quarter of the year, basically. So if you're in the first quarter of the year, you probably are in good company with a lot of horses uh, sharing the same birthday as you. Okay, so some notable ones. I just won't talk about it here. The only one I won't talk about later that's super notable is Arima Kinen, which is basically the biggest horse race in Japan, and uh, yeah, it's the biggest race. Japan Cup invites international horses to come race with them, and so that's also very notable. But Arima Kinen's the domestic one, and it's usually always a very big event. And also very grueling because you can see the distance here. And Arima Kinen's a whopping 2,500 not miles, meters, and all the other ones are all shorter, I think. So it's an ultimate test of stamina as well on top of speed. Okay, so here I explain Triple Crown and Tiara. You may hear about Triple Crown in the movie or throughout the TV show. And Triple Crown is basically the status a horse gets by winning a series of races. Uh, three races, classics races in their second years. Their second year is called their classics year for racehorses. And first year is called junior year, and third year is called senior year, I believe. It's been a while since I played the game, but if you play the game, you know. And so these are races that only count in your classics year, and your classics year is usually you're 3 years old. So some of these I think most of these, yeah, most of these races they you require to be 3 years old only. So all horses only have one chance to get this honor of being a triple crown or triple tiara horse. And triple crown are usually they're just restricted to colts, so male horses, and tiara are just restricted to female horses. So they're pretty equivalent, and their stats are pretty similar. Oh, I guess Kiko shows the longest race, but I mean, Ari Makinen's second longest, I think. The ones in red rectangles are for triple crown requirement, and the ones not highlighted are tiara requirements. Yep. And there's only one chance, one shot for the Triple Crown. So it's the hugest, biggest honor a horse can ever get, basically, as to be a Triple Crown horse. You're just dominant and the best of your generation, like undeniably so, because you win three races throughout the 1 year. And they're all major, major races. And everyone wants to win. And here's the video of the first film ever recorded, and also just, I don't know, a horse running. It's a first film recorded is a horse running, and look how beautiful that is. It was to study how horses' legs moves, and it's just very nice, cool piece of history. Okay, so Triple Crown for colts. Oh man, I'm really mansplaining here. It's already 12 minutes long. I hope I keep it down for the actual presentation. So Triple Crown for Colts. Here are some major winners that are also in the game highlighted: Symboli Rudolph, Narita Bryan, and Ofevla. Ofevla is only on the in the Japan version right now, and the other Asian versions, but the other two are very famous horses that are already global. And of course, Symboli Rudolph. She's also the school president of the Treson Academy, which is the school that all horse girls go to, or nationally racing horse girls go to. And it's located in Japan, of course, the capital.
Eclipse first, the rest nowhere.
唯一抜きん出て並ぶものなし。
さすがだな、ベルのライト。
Yeah, and she's really good at English. Eclipse is a English horse born in the 18th century or 19th century, and it's basically the father of all basically modern thoroughbred racehorses. Uh, Very powerful gene, always just ran so much faster than others, and back then apparently the horse racing rule was that as long as you're in the lead for more than like I don't know 5 checkpoints or whatever, you just automatically win by like mercy rule. And Eclipse always just like dominated and mercy ruled everyone else. So the saying came around: Eclipse first, the rest nowhere, and that's kind of simply Rudolph's motto. I don't really understand why she says that. I guess strength is above all. So that's that. Yeah. Triple Crown for dirt races. Yeah, this is something that just came up when I was looking at the Wikipedia. So they just made a Triple Crown for dirt races, and no one's won it yet. So it'd be cool to another cool aura farming category or category honor for these horses that only run dirt. Yeah. Debut races. Something that's just in Musume logic. Particularly, I mean, it's in real life as well, I think. Debut races or G1, G2 races, they don't wear their usually they don't wear their awesome costumes because it's not a major race. They just wear these kind of tracksuits that are honestly way more practical than their actual race uniforms. And in the game, I mean, this is their G1 race uniform. That's always very elaborate and how you distinguish a horse from each other. And I mean, yeah, it's a very cool uniform. And another thing to distinguish Uma Musume from their real life, to see who their real life counterpart is, that their hairpin or hair decorations always tied on the right if they're a colt or a male horse, and they're female if their hairpins tied only on the left. And what's her name? I forgot her name. One of the horses is androgynous in real life, so they have a ring. Oh, Fine Motion. Fine Motion has a hair accessory for both ears. And a big thing that's parallel and done really well in the beginning of the new era is the inspiration and parent system. And it's kind of a cool idea because in real life, the a super big part of determining your aptitude as a real horse is seeing your genealogy. Like, I mean, horses' speed is way more determined than, I mean, humans as well to a lesser extent, but horse, I mean, thoroughbreds are literally bred to race only. So they're born to race, and they really have to wrestle with the fact that, well, where do they derive their sense of value from? And the parent system is kind of also a way of like dealing with that, or like, uh, I guess putting it in a more gentle term in the game universe, because you can just breed your yeah, you finish a career in the game, which is like kind of a, I guess you can interpret it as a rogue run cycle, and then after that your horse becomes a parent horse that you can be used to inspire or like make your next run's horse stats better. But in narratively speaking, this just means that if your horse was like super legend, it just goes down, they just go down in the game file history or like the anime history. They just inspire the next generation, and the more powerful the horse is, the more inspiring they are. So that kind of makes sense, and it's a cool way of hiding the fact that, well, a lot of it comes down to genes as opposed to, I guess, real inspiration. But it also makes it more interesting for humans to relate to their real life. I feel like if some, probably so many people are playing like soccer right now because of Messi, not because, I don't know, they're both. Oh, maybe if you both of your parents are soccer players, you'd be interested in soccering. I don't know. But yeah, this is to exhibit, some awesome gene trees and how, wow, Kizasan Black and Satono Diamond, they're super related. And look at Deep Impact, super famous horse they never get the rights to in the game. Conqueror of the Century's End. This is introducing one of the less explained characters in the movie, Conqueror of the Century's End, and that is TM Opera O. I mean, look at them. They have a pretty good track record. They just started in 1998. Oh, I guess I was wrong before. They were a newcomer. They finished second in their first race, which is all right. But they finally won a maiden race, which in the game at least, is a qualifier to continue on to the rest of your career and do other races, harder races. It seems it might be the case here as well, since they got fourth place and they had to do another maiden race. And after that, they were able to do other races. And looking around, pretty good stat. They got 1-1. They won Satsuki Show already in 1999. Very nice, very nice. But they never got the. They never really went for the or they went for the Triple Crown, but never got it. Which is a shame. But did pretty well in Rimakina as well. But this is where it goes crazy. I mean, like, look at, she's literally Sans. She's literally Sans. She starts winning for a whole year, or he, I guess. TM Opera wins for a whole year. That's why they were given the title of the Conqueror of the Century's End, because at the turn of the century, this like super awesome horse, the faker of all horses, comes in and then just dominates the race scene and just wins every race out there. The gamblers hate this horse because apparently TM Opera is a super whimsical horse, and it always seems like they are losing, and they only always win by a nose. So it's always super close. No one ever feels confident on betting on them, the TM Pro. But there they are, just destroying the game in 2000s. And uh, that is something we see that in the movie referenced as well. And I don't know what I wrote back here, but they're Yuri. They locks in at the end. Locks in the oh, great spelling. Hypers. I don't know, but yeah, gamblers hate them. And here's how the one of the horses look in real life. Can you guess who this horse is? That's right. It's Jungle Pocket, or Pocky, the protagonist of the beginning of a new era. And looking at this, you can kind of see where the inspiration for the horse costumes come from. Like, okay, the hair color is the hair color of the color of the horse. I get that. Okay. I see. The costume color I see is very similar to the jockey's costume color. Is very cool, and I'm pretty sure the helmet is just for what gate you come out of, so that doesn't matter too much from this photo. So you kind of see where the costume design elements come from, and I think I'll just say Pocky has a very aerodynamic race costume compared to a lot of other people, and that's just good for her. And I don't want to talk about the writing too much of the show because story is very subjective, and I want you to watch the movie without being spoiled too much. But I don't even know who's watching this video. Actually, I'm kind of just doing this. The writing overall is super good for the show. I mean, complete the phrase "ready, steady." What's after "ready, steady" usually? That's right. I have some responses. I would have done some audience interaction here, but I'm just here by myself right now. There's ready, steady, go, which is really book. Ready, steady, off. I mean, I guess that works. I mean, like you're off to like run, I guess. Ready, steady, die. I mean, that's just weird and quite a blunder, perhaps. But the main, I mean, the main theme song of the show, the movie is called Ready Steady Derby. I mean, that's just brilliant, right? That's brilliant writing. I mean, Derby, like, that's like a horse cup. Like, that's what horses do. They go in derbies. A horse derby, am I right? And Ready Steady Derby. I mean, it's a cool way of subverting the expectation that is ready steady, the way how it has consonants with each other and almost rhymes with each other. With Derby, which D and B, it sounds quite similar. And I mean, just visually speaking, B is D turned backwards, and Y is still there to kind of keep the rhythm going. And each word is also of gradually, or actually, I guess it's varying length, but it's just beautiful. The writing's beautiful. Not only is the writing beautiful, the director is insane. The director is insane. You don't even know. The storyboards and just the visuals of the show is undeniably the most attractive part of the movie overall. And it really builds on the story and the script and everything you could ask for. Ken Yamamoto, or Leaf, Canadian-born animator. Oh, I'll talk about that later, but added the crystal ball. That's quite essential to the themes of the show or movie himself without the writer's suggestion. And that's quite impressive and creative to do for a director after all they're just working with the scriptwriters stuff. And although they can get feedback in the production process, yeah, the ball himself. Okay, we're almost done, guys. Six more facts. Fact number 6: second place doesn't matter. Like you. I mean, you watch any part of the show, the camera. I mean, they focus on the second place, but like you might think like second place is kind of alright. I mean, it's alright, but like think about it. No, even at the Olympics that's happening right now, no one thinks about which country won the most silver medals. No, they think about how many countries won the most gold medals. That's the only thing that matters. So second place doesn't matter, and everyone knows that, and they're very sad about it. It's also maybe unhealthy to attach all your worth to racing for Uma Musume, but they're born to race, I guess, and they kind of tackle with the fact. And you'll have to judge for yourself how well they tackle with the fact in the movie. And also in real life, a big thing is horse betting, and that's not in the Uma Musume universe. And in real life, second place doesn't matter as much either because everyone bets on first place, of course, and that's why horse racing is exciting. And number five, Fuji Kiseki has an interesting outfit because he was notably a stud horse after retirement. I say he here because the horse in real life was a he. Um, yeah, not much to say. No, take it as you will. An interesting outfit, as in his race outfit, so not school uniform. Oh shoot. Um, the director's favorite horse is Dansu Flame. Yep, Leaf. Um, Horse trainers are often based off the horse jockeys and breeders in real life. Yeah. And one of the characters never blinks throughout the whole movie until the end, the very end. And number one, isn't it cool that one beam of light can be refracted to have multiple colors? And yeah, Ken Yamamoto, look at his filmography. He's pretty, he had very short filmography, but they're all pretty banger. Like Pokemon Hisuian Snow, it's like 8 minutes long. It's on YouTube, I think. Pretty nice little short and very stylistic. Gives you a good sense of what beginning of a new era kind of is like. Princess Connect Redive, also by Game Pictures, which Games is the game company behind Uma Musume. So that's kind of how he got on board with the project in the first place. And coming up in April, Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring. That's something Ken's gonna work on. Or is also the director of. So I'm looking forward to that. Same writer as what is it? Oh my gosh, uh, Violet Evergarden, the light novel writer. Violet Evergarden, Agents of the Four Seasons. So something to look forward to, and looks alright. I'm not too sure about it. Hopefully it's great, just like Musume and Hisuian Snow. Um, Pretty sure he was mostly animating, not directing at all. That he directed all the other three, other than Princess Connect. So they'd all be pretty good. You see, so definitely watch the movie. And oh frick. Okay, we watched a movie, and the other Uma anime are nowhere near as good. So don't even need to consider it at all. So meet the team: Jungle Pocket, Agnes Tachyon, Dunsu Flame, and John